Today I'm going to show you one of Windows 10's new features, combining video cards, whether they're AMD, Nvidia, matching chipsets, unmatching chipsets. So to do this, I have a Geforce 610, which is actually the bare minimum from what I've read that you need to do this with Nvidia cards. So I'm going to do one of the simplest configurations just so everybody can see how it's done. I have a desktop with a Geforce 210 already in it. It's from a different maker, but it's the same chipset. So let's crack open a case, put this in there, and see how the Nvidia drivers handle it. Okay, so this is just to show you the current configuration of the desktop I'm using. This is actually a media server for my home. It's hooked up to a TV. So I have one Nvidia Geforce 210 card in here already. Now, as you can see, the PCI Express slots are one right after the other, so these cards are going to be really close. They both have fans on them, so I'm not too worried about it. And basically what this is going to do is we're going to set this card as the primary graphics card, and then we're going to put the secondary card in as a physics processor. And this is a very easy board to install, no screws, it just has that lock plate. Okay, so obviously we're going to have our display on the primary card. Let's boot it up and see what happens. Okay, so we have both cards in, and I'm just going to go to Device Manager and show you that both cards are in fact detecting. So we have the first Geforce 610 and the second Geforce 610. And now what we want to do is we actually want to go to the Nvidia control panel. So make sure you have the latest drivers installed. And right here under Set Physics Configuration, you'll see that it has the physics processing pointing to our second card. And the first card is connected to, this is actually connected to a TV right now, it's an Emerson TV. So basically this is going to handle most of the graphics processing, and the second card is going to handle all of the physics processing. Now the really nice thing about this is we basically just expanded the memory of our video card and also expanded the power. So now each card can focus on its own thing, and you're utilizing the RAM on this card that it has dedicated and the RAM on this card that's dedicated. Let's see if we can get this to go. So now you can see two Geforce 610s running the Valve VR scene. Now keep in mind these are two low-end cards, so it's not the greatest, but it's just amazing that it can even handle it at all. Now I personally have not mixed and matched the ATI with the Nvidia cards, but from what I've read it can be done, so if you try it, please let me know your results. This is just a great new amazing feature on Windows 10, and I highly recommend trying it out if you have extra cards lying around. Now here we had two near identical cards. They're not exactly the same, but they are the same chipset. One thing that I did find was just adding any old card is not going to improve the performance. If the card is too old and it can't keep up with the physics processing, it's not going to improve your situation. The farther apart the cards are in chipset or by release date, the more chance you have of it actually decreasing the performance rather than increasing. Okay, so I was pleasantly surprised with the results. I actually put an 8400 GS in there and it just did not cut it. It actually said the minimum requirement was a 610. Luckily, I actually had an extra 610 laying around and was able to do the testing. Now the original test was I have a 960 Nvidia Geforce card in my system right now. I actually put the 610 in, set it as a physics chip. The system didn't recommend it. It actually said, no, put everything to the 960. Now, I went against that just to see what would happen, and my frame rate actually dropped because it could not handle it on the 610. So if Windows 10 doesn't recommend it, I would just pull the card out and don't use it. Go ahead and sell it on eBay or do something else with it. This is literally just if you have extra cards lying around and want to see if you can boost your performance at all by just adding it into your system. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to post them below. I will answer them the best I can. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great one.